All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really powerful, super relatable story about resilience, grit, and the incredible human capacity to overcome doubt. We're going to explore the journey of a 19-year-old girl named Olivia. Her lifelong dream? To become a successful architect. But her inspiring climb to the top actually begins with a crushing, deeply personal insult. Let's take a look at how a single negative moment can spark a lifetime of achievement. To kick things off, I want to anchor us in this profound quote from the opening of our source material. Sometimes the words that hurt the most become the fuel that drives us. Just let that sink in for a second. We've all been underestimated at some point, right? This quote perfectly establishes the emotional stakes for today. It completely flips the script on negativity, showing us that what feels like a massive roadblock can actually be the exact gasoline we need to accelerate toward our goals. So, how does this all play out for Olivia? Let's move into Section 1, the weight of an insult. Picture this. Olivia is young, she's ambitious, and she's walking past a local construction site carrying her handmade building sketches. But instead of encouragement from the townspeople, she gets whispers. They literally call her the useless girl. And it doesn't stop there. A wealthy, arrogant woman named Sophia Reed actually stops just to laugh at her, dropping this devastating line. Architecture? You can't even afford proper drawing paper. Ouch. Sophia's dismissal completely sets the baseline for Olivia's struggles. She isn't just fighting to learn a really difficult trade. She's fighting this awful societal assumption that because she lacks resources, she lacks potential. Olivia lowers her head, but, and this is absolutely crucial, she keeps walking. Which brings us to Section 2, struggle, failure, and mentorship. The reality of Olivia's everyday life right now, it is not glamorous at all. By day, she's exhausting herself working at a little local cafe just to pay the bills. And by night, she's hunched over a desk, painstakingly studying borrowed architecture books. The dedication is just immense. Her mom, Emma, who is incredibly loving and supportive, sees how tired she is. She gently reminds Olivia that she doesn't actually have to prove herself to everyone. And Olivia's response just perfectly captures her unshakable internal drive. I only need to prove myself to me. She isn't trying to win a petty argument with the townspeople or Sophia. She just wants to fulfill her own potential. Having that internal locus of control is exactly what keeps you going when the whole world is telling you to stop. But look, we all know hard work doesn't equal instant success. Olivia enters a design competition, pours her absolute soul into it, and weeks later, she gets a crushing rejection letter. She winds up sitting on a park bench, quietly crying. But this is exactly where we see the importance of community. Her cheerful best friend, Lily, shows up with 2 ice creams and delivers this perfectly relatable line. One for you and one for your broken heart. It's such a beautifully human moment, a little bit of much-needed humor that actually gets Olivia laughing through her tears. It's a great reminder that none of us survive the road to success without a solid support system. And that support system is about to expand in a huge way. A retired architect named Mr. Anderson notices Olivia studying her blueprints. He takes the time to look really closely at her designs, and he completely shifts her perspective with just one observation. He tells her, "You don't lack talent. You only lack confidence." Talk about a game changer. Mr. Anderson steps up as her mentor, fundamentally flipping the narrative from, "I'm not good enough," to, "I just need structured development." See, Mr. Anderson doesn't just give her a nice pep talk, he gives her a process. Because confidence isn't just magic, right? It's methodically built through a sequence of hard work. You start with day 1, mastering drawing basics. Then week 2, learning the software. Month 1, getting out there and visiting actual construction sites. And all of it is tied together by ongoing daily practice. It's so cool to see this timeline map out exactly how raw ambition gets forged into undeniable skill. But just as Olivia is building up her skills, a major obstacle returns. Let's look at Section 3, rejecting the easy way. Guess who's back? Sophia Reed. But this time, she's not throwing insults. She's offering a temptation. She tries to bribe Olivia with cash, telling her to just copy someone else's designs, claiming nobody will ever notice. So now Olivia faces a really stark choice.
On one side, you have Sophia's temptation. Copy designs, get fast success, but it's built entirely on lies. On the other side, Olivia's choice. Stick to original designs for slow but honest growth. It is the ultimate ordeal. Does she want the appearance of success or the real thing? Well, Olivia calmly tears up the money. No way she taking that shortcut. She declares she would rather build slowly than build her foundation on a lie. Her integrity stays completely intact.
With her integrity secured, we move to Section 4, Building the Dream. Olivia finally takes the leap and opens up a tiny architecture studio, and I mean tiny. At first, she has exactly one customer. Her best friend Lily actually steps in to be her assistant, which again just proves how vital that support system is during the lean times. And they definitely have some growing pains. During these super stressful early days, Lily accidentally prints a client's blueprint completely upside down. But instead of a full-blown crisis, Lily just looks at it and jokes, maybe the house is for bats. It's such a great moment. It gives them this wonderful, joyful relief in the studio, just a chance to take a breath and laugh before the really high-stakes climax of Olivia's career arrives. And that climax, it comes as a massive opportunity to design a community library. Even though the town has their doubts, Olivia works day and night, and it sparks this incredible rapid ascent. She goes from step 1, that tiny studio we just talked about, straight into step 2, absolutely nailing the community library design. It turns out so beautifully that the entire town falls in love with it. This single, undeniable proof of her talent acts as a total catalyst. It propels her company's immense growth and leads directly to step 3, national recognition. It's huge. Which brings us to our final chapter, Section 5, True Success and Giving Back. Fast forward several years, and Olivia is way past being just a local success story. She now owns one of the most respected architecture firms in the entire country. She's literally making magazine headlines that say, the girl they called useless becomes a famous architect. She completely rewrote the narrative they tried to force on her. And there's this fantastic moment where a reporter asks how she feels reflecting on her past. She just smiles and says, their words didn't stop me. They strengthened me. It perfectly confirms what we talked about at the very beginning of this explainer. Those initial insults from Sophia and the townspeople, they didn't break her. She completely transformed them into fuel. But honestly, the most beautiful part of this whole story is what she actually does with her newfound power and resources. True success for Olivia culminates in giving back. She starts using her firm to build free schools and community centers in poor neighborhoods, basically making sure that others have the exact resources she was mocked for lacking. Her mom, Emma, gives her this proud hug and reminds her that she was never useless. She was just waiting for her moment. All of this leads up to a deeply moving final encounter. Olivia goes back to the exact same spot where she was mocked all those years ago, and a little girl walks up to her, clearly upset, and says that people call her useless too. Olivia kneels down and shares a profound lesson about identity. And by identity, we mean the qualities, beliefs, and values that make a person exactly who they are, totally untethered from the opinions of others. Olivia looks right at the little girl and says, never let someone else's opinion become your identity. It's incredibly powerful. So to sum up the core message of this explainer, here are 3 key takeaways we can all learn from Olivia. First, you have to believe in yourself, even when literally nobody else does. Second, hard work, especially when paired with methodical practice, turns doubt into success. And third, your value is never, ever decided by other people's words. It's a poignant reminder that the strongest people in the room are often the ones who are underestimated the most. So, as we wrap up today's explainer and think about Olivia's incredible journey, from being called useless to becoming a genuine community-building visionary, I want to leave you with a question to chew on. How will you use your own rejections as fuel? The next time someone doubts you, I want you to remember Olivia's blueprints. Remember that you are the one holding the pen to draw your own future. Keep learning, keep building, and we'll see you in the next one.